This is the download from Sounds Profitable, your daily source for the essential news of the business of podcasting, brought to you by Spreaker from iHeart. I'm Gavin Gaddis. Here's what you need to know for today, Monday, September 23rd. First up, FTC denounces social media and video streaming platforms for privacy-invasive data practices. 4 years ago, the FTC issued an order compelling 9 of the largest social media and video streaming platforms to share detailed information on how they collect and use personal consumer data. The report flags issues like indefinite data retention policies, instances of not fully complying with user data deletion requests, and targeting based on protected sensitive data, such as where individuals go to church or their medical needs. The FTC ends the report with suggestions on curbing discovered issues, including giving users more granular control over how their data is used in automated systems, and to close the loophole of companies passively ignoring the existence of underage users so their platform doesn't have to comply with COPPA. That's the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, or rule. They changed what the A is. Next up, partnering to combat the spread of violent content online. Spotify has reaffirmed their platform rules regarding content that promotes terrorism or violent extremism, working closely with third parties known for their expertise regarding violent extremism to ensure decisions made regarding that content are well informed and take cultural context into account. The article notes new additions to the Spotify Safety Advisory Council, including the Institute for Strategic Dialogue, and outlines definitions of hate content, as well as dangerous content, promoting or supporting terrorism and violent extremism. Next up, armchair expert hosts Dax Shepard and Monica Padman on why podcasts are a liberating medium for creatives. Last week, armchair expert hosts Dax Shepard and Monica Padman received Variety's Creative Impact in Podcasting Award. While accepting the award at a private event, Shepard praised the podcasting industry's ability to be flexible. Having sold multiple TV shows and movies, Shepard says podcasting is the only place he's experienced a liberating development process. His key example being the idea for armchair expert spin-off series Armchair Anonymous, which went from initial idea to production in 6 days. A recording of the award presentation is available on Variety's Daily Motion. Up next, smarter, more sustainable deals in second wave of podcasting mergers and acquisitions. This article is brought to us by Julie Anna Needham. Needham is the host of Merger Market's M&A podcast Dealscast, and she takes a look at the current wave of podcasting M&A in 2024 in an article published at Pod News. A quote from iHeart Podcast's president Will Pearson frames the past 3 years as the industry learning to build more sustainable, smarter deals than the first wave's big expenditures. For this second wave to remain healthy, buyers from outside the industry are needed and growth areas to be pursued. And finally, brands push for apolitical influencers to avoid backlash as U.S. presidential election looms. Brittany Bright, founder of the Influencer League, tells Digiday that U.S. elections are approaching, and brands have become more and more adamant that they wish to work with apolitical influencers with the interest of brand safety. In some cases, Bright claims influencers are being asked to sign contracts disallowing posts fitting a vague definition of political content. One anonymized example hinged a 5-figure deal on not posting about politics in any way from September through January of 2025. The pivot in priorities from 2020 initiatives comes, ironically, in part due to political influencers, such as the recent campaigns from Robbie Starbuck that pressured companies like Lowe's and John Deere to discontinue internal DEI initiatives and stop supporting social justice causes under threat of blockading their social media posts with negative comments. As for the rest of the news, French digital audio company Audion has appointed a new head of publishing. Chattanooga startup Station is looking to fix podcasting's engagement problem with gamified listening. French podcast producer Influx has signed a partnership deal with Acast, and quick note, both of those French stories, the source itself is in French, so if you haven't dealt with French since college, time to bust out that dictionary. 60 Minutes has launched a new companion podcast called A Second Look, which resurfaces previously unused interview footage from popular episodes of 60 Minutes. The first episode features Taylor Swift. And exclusive from Variety, Wondery has announced Kill List, a true crime podcast about murders commissioned on the dark web. And our final quick hit, Porterhouse Media and sports journalist Tom Rinaldi are partnering to release the podcast Sacred Acre about the life and legacy of Ed Thomas. Be sure to check out the links to every article mentioned right in your podcast listening app or at soundsprofitable.com, where you can also subscribe to the newsletter version. The download is written and produced by Newton Shuttlecotti, myself, Brian Barletta, and Tom Webster. This episode is hosted on Spreaker. For Sounds Profitable, I'm Gavin Gaddis. Download us again tomorrow.